I don't know if I can shout this loudly enough. What does it mean to keep God's laws? It's not obeying regulatory codes. It's trusting in Yahweh. According to Torah, to obey the law means to trust God. That is actually confirmed in Habakkuk 2, verse 4, which says, "But the righteous one will live by his faith." How was Abraham saved? By his faith. That's before the law was ever given. How is a person under the law saved, according to Habakkuk? Well, how are we Christians saved? It's the same way. Has always been. And here's where I think there's a fundamental problem with people who draw sorry. Those who draw too great of a distinction or separation between the so-called Old Testament and New Testament. How are we saved? We're saved the old-fashioned way. Same way every saint of every generation has ever been saved, by trusting in Yahweh. Okay. And we nod our heads and we affirm and we say, Amen, because that means I believe it. I trust it. The only difficulty is when we're in a situation where we need to trust God. Right? And all of a sudden, yeah, but you see, my situation is different than others. No, you're not that different. I feel kind of uncomfortable sharing this, but I will. When I was a student at Multnomah, which has been more than 10 years, which has been almost half a century, I found out only a few weeks after I finished my studies there that I had what appeared to be stage 4 cancer. I understood a lot of theology, good theology, correct theology that I had been taught in class. But God enrolled me in a special graduate course to force what I knew up here down into here. Yeah, but do you really believe the lyrics to the words of the hymn, Great is Thy Faithfulness? Really? And looking back on it, I can't ever point to a single moment where I had the great serendipity, the sudden flash of insight, and thought, oh, this is what you wanted me to learn. That never happened. But I did learn day by day just to trust God for the next half an hour. And at the end of half an hour, I'll think about the following half an hour. And it became more a matter of a daily, ongoing practice that utterly changed my whole appraisal of life itself. And I've never really taken life for granted since then. I hold it pretty loosely. I'm far more concerned for my wife than I am for myself, because I know what's going to happen to me. And guys, I have a 10-year plan. It's got nothing to do with living here on earth. I plan to graduate from this feeble body and to be in complete fellowship with God and with other saints who have preceded me. It's given me a little bit of a different outlook. It's not one that you readily wish for anybody else to have to learn. On the other hand, there are other people who are enrolled in that school all around us, all the time. When I was in the hospital this last week, was I concerned about the statistics of my surviving? No, why should I care about that? My chances are not 73% or 24%. My chances are 0 or 100. Or let me rephrase that. My chances are actually 100% or 100%. Now, does that mean I'm going to be healed and stuck on this planet for a while longer? Apparently. So you have me for another week. Or does that mean I'm in his hands? Folks, I have never been anywhere but his hands, and neither have you. But we need to realize it. And we need to rethink about everything in life in light of that. And there's a freedom, a liberation that comes with that I would pray for all of you to know what a joy it is to hold this life loosely. As the words of the old hymn says, many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds the future. Sorry. And I know he holds my hand. Now we can say amen.